Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Tracy's Love in My Life Tarot. If it's your first time here, by all means, please do feel free to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you know when I'm going live. This is going to be a general reading for the sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node placements, or wherever you may have Virgo that in your chart. By all means, please do come on in. Understand that tarot readings is for entertainment purposes only. So, as always, take what you need, leave the rest. But please don't feel the need to false it. If it does relate or resonate, please feel free to get in the comment section. Cross watchers, you are welcome to join us. All right. So let's see. Let me let my Virgos know that I am here. Give me a second, you guys. Let's see if we could inform Virgos that we are in the building. Just give me a second. Okay, I just wanted to go to the Virgo group. How you doing, Kaylee? How are you? Welcome to the chats. Let's see if we can go to the main face here. Please let me know if you can hear me. It sounds like the microphone is working. You're alive? Well, thank you. Thank you. Stephanie, how are you? Welcome to the chats. I had kind of went to my Virgo group earlier to let everyone know that I was going to be going live today on YouTube. I was away for a while. For those of you that don't know, I was on bed rest for 2 weeks. I was out of work for 12 days because I had tested positive for COVID on August the 2nd. And last night was my first night returning back to work after being retested. And so, after being retested, my results came back negative. Okay. So, I was dealing with COVID and having to take a lot of medication, 7 days a week, 3 times a day to get my immune system back up. And so now here we are. I know last time I wasn't really feeling too well when I tried to come in live. We was having a lot of complications, with the volume. So today, Virgo, as I was feeling your energy and really shuffling your cards and really doing a lot of spiritual meditation, to burn some innocence, light some burn some incense and light some candles. Um, I feel like right now a lot of shadow work is needed at this time. Virgos, you know, I know that we are 1 week away from Virgo season. So right now we are in the season of Leo. And so just give me a second because uh oh, sorry about that. Just wanted to see real quick. Give me 1 second. Let's see what's going on with the energy. Oh, okay, okay, okay. The moon is in Capricorn right now. Wow. Okay. So some of you can actually be dealing with the Capricorn, believe it or not. So Virgo, as I was sitting here going through your cards, and let me introduce the cards that we're working with today. Okay. The cards is called Dark Mirror. Okay. By Laura Sava, Oracle cards. Okay, so we're coming from Dark Mirror. It's an Oracle deck. So it's a lot of shadow work. I really love this deck, believe it or not, because it really speaks to the inner Virgo. And so I really feel for some of you, Virgo, You've been going through quite a different number of things in your life here recently. And so for some of you, when I look at the past and the present, and I see a lot of buildup. I see a lot of resent resentment. You know, a lot of remorse, a lot of guilt, a lot of hurt, pain, frustration from things that people done to you, and most of these people were people who should have been close to you. So I feel as though a lot of people have betrayed you in your life. Um, there's been hurtful things that was done and said. There has been a lot of mistreatment from people wearing a false mask. I feel as though as a Virgo, we tend to open ourselves to people because we just tend to have a caring, kind, giving, sincere heart, believe it or not. And a lot of times, people have a hard time trying to figure out Virgo. And I feel as though Virgo will give you the shirt off their back, right? When push come to shove, if need be, you are willing to give a person your last. But don't play mind games, right? Don't try to come across by trying to use manipulation as a task, you know, where some of you could have really dealt with somebody who was really selfish, really caught up in their pride and ego. They only thought about themselves. They only wanted what they wanted. And if you ever try to um, spark up a conversation of decent adult communication, this person just kind of shut it off and looked at you like, oh my God, like Virgo's nagging, like I really ain't got time to be hearing this. I ain't coming for this. I ain't even feeling this person like this. So it's like this person telling themselves they not really feeling you. They was only coming for what they want. That what you have to say, it don't matter. So it was like in one ear and out the other. And so I feel as though there was a lot of build up resentment because every time this person came around you, they were trying to shut you down. They was trying to shut everything down about you. If you had friends, they didn't want you socializing with them. It's just like, I knew that I wanted to come in here and network with my Virgos today because it's been a while, and I had someone going to tell me, I'm going to stop through blank, 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 blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, hold up, first of all, you're not going to just pull up and tell me anything, I'm busy, you're not going to come and F up my vibe. And so I had to put my foot down, and this person wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying? I kind of threw them off guard because it was completely unexpected. So they wasn't ready for me to put my foot down because in the past I would let this person come over, whatever. You understand? And it's like, nah, enough is enough. You know what I mean? And so I kind of told the person, you got to grow up. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't keep allowing myself to stoop down to your level waiting for you to catch up to me. So I'm gonna have to cut you loose. You understand what I'm saying? And if that means I'm gonna have to like cut ties on the friendship or whatever, so be it. But you're not gonna, nah, you can't come here and disturb my peace and mess up my spiritual vibe, mess up my day because I got things planned for myself. I tried to in the past, I tried to make it about that person. But when I tried to make it about that person, a lot of me went on the back burner. You know what I'm saying? Because I was too busy trying to people please to satisfy this person's ego and rub their ego when I wasn't getting shit back in return. You feel me? So some of you could have dealt with that type of situation. And so you got like four different sets of cards here. Okay. So let's get on to kind of jump into your reading, this so you can kind of get a better understanding. All right. And so let's start with the first pile. Okay, let's start with the first pile here. Okay, so the first card that came out, Trump of Lies. So a lot of deceit and deception where this person was being dishonest, right? This person was only wanting what they want. It's like even if this person can't have what they want, they're willing to come in and kind of do whatever it takes for them to gain control. Even if it means to control you, control a situation, they just have to be the one in control. It has to be their way or no way. And this could be somebody who had a strong opposition, who was really opposed when it comes to dictating, when it comes to maneuvering and trying to manage something their way. This could be somebody that was obsessed with you sexually, and at the same time, kind of came in and almost like if I can get Virgo to be my little slave, my little puppet, you know what I'm saying? Because I know Virgo's feeling me, Virgo's attracted to me. Virgo's more into me than I am to Virgo. So therefore, I'm just gonna get hit on and get in and get out, tell them what they want to hear, whatever. You know what I'm saying? I ain't trying to really be here long. And so, a lot of guilt and regret. This is how this person made you feel because they would come in acting like they're your friend. You know, for some, we could drink together, smoke together, whatever the case may be. We can have a moment of sexual chemistry. For some, it ain't even no chemistry there. This was just a simple, let me hit it and quit it and go. Maybe in the beginning, there could have been a mutual attraction from both ends. Maybe there could have been a vibe in the beginning, but then I feel as though things got kind of old because you started going within as a Virgo when it comes to dissecting the pieces. We are very good when it comes to overanalyzing. You know what I'm saying? We could take 100 pieces of a puzzle completely apart and put it back together. Even if it takes us all night to put the puzzle back together. Before we go to bed, that damn puzzle will be together. That's how Virgo is. Because we tend to figure out what part goes where, right? So we like, okay, let's look at the head, the eyes, the nose, all that, right? Welcome, Voyager. Welcome to the chats. And so Virgo, it's like you was dealing with somebody with addictive patterns and behavior. Um, so when it comes to dealing with someone who suffers with some sort of addictive pattern and behavior, it's like misery loves company. Okay. And so sometimes you could be dealing with someone who could be a bit bipolar and may not even know it because this person could be in denial when it comes to their own mental issues, right? Because they have been wearing a mask for so long that they got comfortable and content with wearing that mask. And so it's like if you ever dealt with somebody who used to be an alcoholic or a drug addict or whatever, or let's say once upon a time you could have been an alcoholic or addict, and you went into the rooms of recovery, and they have this program called AA and NA, right? For substance and alcohol. And so there's something called the 12 step program. And so it's like That first step is admitting that you have a problem, right? And when you're dealing with someone who has some sort of addictive pattern behavior, it's like when you're dealing with an addict um and they start fiending for drugs, right? And they don't have money. They ran out of money and they don't have no way to get more drugs. They start having these major anxiety flare ups. They start having these attacks, right? And they just start going crazy. So it's the same thing with somebody who has some sort of addictive pattern behavior. They tend to repeat things over and over and over again. And so it's like a person who suffers with major high anxiety attacks, they have to take some sort of medication to calm that anxiety down. And when you're dealing with someone who suffers with different addictive pattern behavior, um, they have to, um, they need something to, immediately uh, fix it. You know what I'm saying? They need that quick fix. And so sometimes a person tends to Virgo run to you, Virgo, because as a Virgo and as a positive Virgo, most Virgos, you tend to become the therapist, the doctor, the lawyer, the teacher, the mom, the dad. You know what I'm saying? You become all that wrapped up into one. Hey Trinity, shout out to my moderator. She said she didn't get no notifications. I'm sorry, boo. I sent it out to Facebook and stuff like that. Um, but moving on, Virgo. Like I said, you had the addicted card, and then the official heart came out. So with the official heart, dealing with someone who comes off a bit cold, um, and not always necessarily coming off a bit cold, but this can be somebody too who tends to wear a mask and wear it very well when it comes to hiding that hurt and hiding that pain. Um, if they can't control it and if they don't have nowhere to seek the proper help or guidance, then they come off a bit cold, right? They don't want nobody to know. So to them, it's true what they say. Hurt people tend to hurt other people, right? And so it's like the old saying, a person who uses substance abuse or alcohol, a person who uses drugs, 9 times out of 10 will use people, right? Will use people, places, and things in order to get that fix and get what it is they want. And so sometimes you could be dealing with somebody who will come to you and they can have a sex addiction and they could be addicted to your sex. And so they and not necessarily just you, they can just have a strong porno addiction. And so and they can drink and they don't want to drink alone, right? They don't want to be alone. Sometimes when people don't do the proper step work and they don't do the proper shadow work, they tend to um run to people, places, and things because they cannot handle being alone. So therefore, they go looking for company. I don't want to drink. So it's like this person is saying, I don't want to drink alone. I don't want to smoke alone. I want to be around somebody. But I want to be around somebody where I know I can just get this feeling. I need this vibe right now. I need to be able to relax myself and be calm, cool. I can go to Virgo, what I'm saying? I can get in Virgo's bed, Virgo will cook for me, clean for me, rub my head, rub my back, give me a massage, you know what I'm saying? And Virgo will just do everything this person needs. And then when they're done being fulfilled, they're gonna get up and go because you done gave them that fix. And so this is somebody hiding them true selves, right? Again, being in denial when it comes to hiding a true self. So how does this person really feel about you? What's up, Latika? Welcome to the chats, girl. My other moderator in the building. Shout out to my moderators coming in. Shout out to my peoples. So it's like hiding your true self. This can even be you or them, right? Because Virgo, when we hide our true selves, one of the ways we hide ourselves is we don't say what's on our mind. We tend to shut down because we allow for others to shut us down. And it's like when other people shut us down, they tend to break us down mentally and emotionally, and we feel a bit scarred. I had my coffee, my little coffee mug. And so when people break us down and they shut us down and they make us be quiet and they say stuff like we need to listen, that we're not paying attention. You're being hard headed, Virgo. You act like you don't understand. You act slow, Virgo. They may say some things to hurt you and wound you with words. And so right away, once we become wounded, we are trained not to hurt people, but we tend to allow for others to hurt us. And so we look for the positive in every negative situation, and we choose not to allow ourselves to stoop down to the devil's level. So therefore, we won't feed the energy. We simply just won't say nothing, right? And so what happens is not saying nothing will later lead to build up, right? And then once that build up kicks in, all hell breaks loose. It's like, for example, I had a lot of build up, things that I really need to say to this individual, and I never said it. And, it took a toll, and I released it. You know what I'm saying? And I wasn't trying to be mean, but honestly, I knew I didn't do nothing wrong. So therefore, I felt good finally getting off my chest. You know what I'm saying? Because it needed to be said. Because I got tired of this person trying to control something and manipulate something and dictate something. I felt as though they were gonna run something, like they was in control of me, in charge of me, tell me what to do. That's not gonna happen. They don't want me telling them what to do, so don't tell me what to do. And if I'm not running mind games on you, definitely don't run them on me. You know what I'm saying? Because enough is enough. And when I put my feet down, that's it. I don't give a damn about nothing. You know? And so that's what kind of happened. A table moment, right? So Virgo, next card came in as masquerade. Somebody's wearing a mask, whether that's you or them. Because, like I said again, when it comes to the masquerade, right, this could be you hiding your true feelings. This person has hurt you, they have wounded you, they have scarred you, and you're hiding it because you're not speaking up for yourself and you're not telling nobody, right? You don't have nobody to talk to because every time you try to find somebody who you can speak to in confidence, they only turn around and stab you in the back and they take what you say and they twist it. And that's, they're going around, he said, she said, gossip and spreading all types of false rumors about you. So now there's buildup because you're feeling some kind of way and you're hurt. And it's like you're so fed up because you're tired of people who you have opened the door for and who you have opened yourself up to, and you opened yourself up where you became a wounded target for them to just throw darts at you. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like the next card, forgetting oneself. Forgetting oneself. Forgetting who you truly are inside. And not just you, but this can also be a situation where the person who you're dealing with, they can spiritually, you know, forgot about who they really are, right? Because you can also be dealing and see in life, one of the things you learn, Virgo, is that when you're going through a spiritual journey of recovery and healing, as a Virgo, we tend to attract people. How you doing, Nicole? Welcome to the chats. So we tend to sometimes attract how how we're feeling, what we're going through, right? So it's like if we're hurt emotionally and we feel wounded or whatever the case may be, we may find ourselves attracting that energy back to us at that moment. So if we're going through a stage of vulnerability where we are vulnerable and we don't have nobody to talk to, we've been alone for a while, and sometimes we want to have that friend to who understands us, who can relate, but then we end up attracting the wrong thing. Oh, Trinity say little color the nails. Thank you. Right, I know it's a bit Halloweenish, but y'all know how I get down over here. I like color. I like color, so y'all know how I get down. Right, the green and the black, that's my shit. That's my MO. Anybody who knows me knows that I rock the green and the black, right? So that's my MO. You guys know how I do, even when it comes to the bracelets, right? That's my MO, the green and the black. Um, but yeah, and so it's like because we attract these things, it becomes almost like a parasite. You know, it's like what we have attracted to us becomes. You say your favorite color is green. Mine's too, Nicole. Mine's too. I love me some green, right? So it's like sometimes Virgo, like I said, because we tend to be the nurse, the doctor, the mommy, the daddy, the psychiatrist, you know what I'm saying, the firefighter, we're Superman, we're Superwoman, we wear a lot of different titles. You understand, Virgo? That's just who we are. That's who we were born to be, right? A lot of us, we are spiritually gifted empaths. We are light workers. We are healers. Some of us got that psychic ability where we are really spiritually grounded, and for us is natural, right? So for those of us who are really gifted empaths, right? For us, it's normal to come home and come to our altar. It's normal to burn some candles and light some incense and burn some sage and, do some Reiki healing with your crystals and, do sound bowls, right? Or go on YouTube or listen to certain mantras. That's just who we are, right? Some of us love reading spiritual books. Some of us are really, I know me, I love sculptures, anything that I feel can relate to my spiritual ancestor, and then I'm willing to go there. I love places like Africa and Egypt and Jerusalem, what I'm saying, where I can see different architect sculptures, Africa and South Africa, you know what I'm saying? So I get into stuff like that, right? Speaking of stuff like that, also feel free to join my other Facebook group. We have a Virgo, we have a just for Virgos Facebook group, but then we also have a spiritual Facebook group. Okay, so for those of you who want to join the spiritual Facebook group, because I share a lot of things on that Facebook group, right? Because I don't never know. Some days I can really be uh really deeply, I wake up in the morning sometimes and I'm really feeling really spiritual. And so I tend to share a lot of things on my other Facebook group, okay? And the other Facebook group is called Spiritual Psychic Ability Working with Magic Rituals, okay? So I don't know if you guys can see that. Can you see that? That's the Facebook group right there, okay? We have 423 members in that group right now. So shout out to all 423 members. Thank you for being a member. Again, the name of that group is called Spiritual Psychic Ability Working with Magic Rituals. Okay, for those of you who care to join that group. Okay. And like I said, we also have our Virgo Facebook group, and that's called It's a Virgo Affair, Virgo Kings and Queens. Okay, I don't know if you can see that. Again, that Facebook group is called It's a Virgo Affair, Virgo Kings and Queens. We have 543 members in that group. So shout out to all 543 members. Thank you for joining. We appreciate you for being there. Okay. What's up, Alexandra? Shout out my moderators coming in the in the chats. Urban, how are you? Welcome to the chats. You say you're in that group. Okay. All right. Oh, you just joined. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for joining. So yeah, like I said, join the spiritual group, join the Virgo group. I know I've been away. I'm bouncing back. I was on bed rest for 2 weeks and I was out of work for 12 days. I tested positive for COVID on August 2nd. I was retested a couple of days ago and I tested negative. So shout out, praise the Lord, God is good. So I beat COVID, you know what I'm saying? So now it's kind of making my way back. But as I was saying, Virgo, like I said, dealing with parasites, right? So when it comes to dealing with parasites meaning that we tend to deal with things that are not healthy for us, that's not positive for us. We tend to attract the sickness and the suffering and the illness and the disease. And diseases could be anything, you know what I'm saying? Whether good or bad, right? We tend to, you said, glad you feel better, we're able to eat. Yeah, I'm able to eat now, Urban. Yes, I'm able to eat. Uh, some of the signs, right? If you don't know for COVID, because I know for me, child, it caught me completely off guard. I was not ready, okay? But some of the first signs to detect that you may be coming in contact with COVID, because in my job, I work for the School of Medicine, so I work in the health field, right? And so in my zone area where I work at, we had a total of 34 positive COVID tests, okay? So it's definitely coming back, right? And some of the signs to know when you are coming in contact with COVID, you may have a nonstop migraine headache, and you might try to take Tylenol and leave, and it won't go away. One of the first signs, migraine headache. Second sign, sore throat, coughing third, ear infection four, fever five. Uh, the next thing is a loss of taste buds and the loss of appetite. You won't be able to taste nothing. I don't care. You can put a half a bottle of salt in your plate of food and you won't even taste it. So you will lose complete taste. You won't have a taste for nothing. You won't be able to eat nothing for like 5 to 7 days. You won't be hungry. You'll start having night chills and sweats, you know what I'm saying? Like either sweating real bad or freezing real bad. You can have a fever for 102. You can have back aches, tightness to the chest. Okay. So those are just some of the signs to let you know if you come in contact. So if you start feeling dizzy and fatigue, you know what I'm saying? Your vision starts getting blurred. You know what I mean? Definitely go to a doctor and be tested. You understand? Because COVID is definitely making its way back. Okay, and especially if you have kids, if you have kids and you are a single parent or whatever the case may be, and your children are in school, whether elementary, junior, middle school, high school, college, the kids are getting ready. They're returning back to school now. And after Labor Day, if you have college students, they're going to be sharing the dorms, right? You said you got lucky 3 times that you had, and it never affected your taste buds. Girl, it affected mine real bad. I mean, honestly, I felt like part of my throat was like, I don't know, closing up. I don't know, but it was crazy. But I'm thankful that I feel well today. Thank God, knock on wood, right? But as I was saying, for those of my parents out there, now is the time to get hit on and stack up on cold medicine. You know what I'm saying? Do like I did. Go get your Theraflu and your Mucinex and your Vapor Rub and your NyQuil. You know what I mean? Your allergy. Go get all that. Go get all that. You know what I'm saying? Go get all that. Headache, sore throat medicine, your Halls, you know what I'm saying? Cough drops, get all that. Stack up on that right now. Get your vitamins, get your vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin C, vitamin D. Get on and get it. Black seed oil. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm taking, what is it? Is it B plus or something like that? Vitamin I think it's a vitamin B plus or something like that. B12, that's what it is. Vitamin B12. I'm taking vitamin B12, iron, sea moss. Then I got like the woman menopause vitamin, cause that's good. Then I got like a cranberry vitamin with everything in it, and the black seed oil vitamin. So, start stacking up on that stuff right now. Get it now, especially for all my parents out there, because when your kids go back to school, trust and believe, by October, everybody's going to be sick with some sort of cold and flu. And a week ago, I also just went and got my flu shot. Thank God for that. And I got my shingle shot. And I'm up to date with my pneumonia shot, right? So I asked for a COVID shot, but they told me because I already did the COVID shot when we had that last pandemic, and because I tested positive for COVID, that I didn't need to go and do the COVID, vaccination all over again. Thank God for that. Anyway, moving right along back into your readings, wanted to share that real quick. You know what I'm saying? Stack up on your cold medicine right now, people. Okay, and so get back to your reading. Like we said, we live for parasites. Okay, so be careful when it comes to people, places, and things which you may attract. Okay, because like I said, Virgos, most of us tend to be the therapist, the mommy, daddy, doctor, lawyer, all that. We all that in one. So just be careful when it comes to who you attract, because as an empath and as a light worker and as a medium and as a healer, a lot of times a complete stranger will come up to you and just start telling you their life story, right? People will just carry a conversation for no reason. And sometimes you could have mentally ill people. Like if you ever left home and went outside on your way to work or whatever, stopping for the gas station or just went and got food. Sometimes we tend to see a lot of homeless people, right? And times is hard. Inflation is really, 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 affecting a lot of people. People are really becoming homeless. I know a lot of people that sleep in their cars and their vans, and they find parking lots like Walmart and places like that to go park their car. And you really have to pray for those people. People sleep outside on the picnic park benches or whatever the case may be, and they tend to have conversations with themselves, and you don't know what somebody is going through or what somebody has gone through or been through. Sometimes people just need somebody to talk to, and so you might find yourself attracting complete strangers, and they might come to you, just start talking. Nothing wrong with that, but sometimes we have to protect our aura and our energy, Virgo, because if you're like me and you're very sensitive when it comes to energy, people, places, and things, you will carry that energy back home with you. And that's why it's so important for us to take cleansing baths, right? And it's very important for us to have those things that we need in the home. I know I keep lemon, I keep salt, I keep cloves, I keep garlic, I keep ginger, I keep honey, right? Everything, black sand, you name it. I keep everything that I need under the sun to do powerful, vinegar. I keep a lot of things in the house. I keep a lot of things. You ask, I got it. And so it's just things that you need to have in the house on hand. Especially eucalyptus, whether it's a eucalyptus oil or just the eucalyptus tablets, right? You can soak that in some water and put some lemon juice and vinegar in it. And if you have sage spray, you can use the sage spray or the Florida water and put that in a spray bottle and cleanse your doors. You know what I'm saying? Like really cleanse your doors and cleanse your home and put down some sea salt, and you can do some stuffed lemons, right? If I don't know how many people ever done stuffed lemons. How many of y'all have ever tried the stuffed lemons where you slice a pocket into a lemon and you stuff it with salt and you cover the outside of the lemon with salt and you put it in the corners of your homes underneath your furniture? That removes negative energy. How to tell if you have negative energy in your home? If you put a lemon, and I don't care where you put it at, you can put it, on your headboard, you know what I'm saying, your bedpost, you can put it wherever you want to put it, right? If you have a lemon and you place a lemon anywhere in your home and you leave the house and you come back 8, 10, 12 hours later and that lemon was bright yellow and healthy when you laid it out, and you come back and now the lemon is completely covered in green mildew with white fur, sometimes it can even turn black, that means it has picked up on a toxic and negative energy that was in your aura around your home, and somebody was sending you this negative energy trying to hex you. Okay, so immediately get rid of that lemon. Okay, but lemons are a big way to tell if somebody is sending something your way. Okay, um, another thing, like I always tell people, if you have a mirror in your room, you know how a lot of us ladies, we have the dresser with the, with the mirror and everything, or you might have just a beautiful wall mirror in your room. You said lemons and limes, they both very good. Yes, they are. I always tell people, if you have a mirror that's in front of your bed, cover that mirror, because people love to do uh mirror magic, right? So some of you can even have a scrying mirror. I have one on my necklace. Uh, I always tell people to cover the mirrors that's around you. If you have a TV on and you trying to sleep with your TV on at night, turn that TV off and cover that TV because um, you can have energy that will come right in through your TV. It used to be a name for it. I forgot what they call it. But I don't know if you ever experienced where a sharp blue light will come out from your TV and it'll move. Sometimes your TV will turn off and on and off by itself. Or you'll get this sharp blue light that will come through your TV and it'll go zigzag and it'll come out like a spirit's coming out your TV. Called poltergeist. Okay, poltergeists are very real. Okay, um, energies tend to use electronic devices. Okay, so a powerful energy can drain your cell phone right out immediately, your tablet immediately. It can drain it, right? And if you have too many things plugged into different outlets, it can pull that energy from that outlet and cause your power to cut off. You know, you said you stopped watching TV 5 years ago. Yeah, I keep mine covered. Sometimes, I look at it, but then I make sure that, if I doze off, I'm going to get up and turn that TV off and I'm going to cover it. If I got to take my bedrobe, I don't care, a jacket or anything, and cover the TV. So I always tell people to cover your mirrors, cover your TV. Make sure that you don't have your handprint on your mirror. Make sure that you try to always cover the palm of your hand, okay? And I don't care if you travel. Like, let's say, for example, you take a trip to New Orleans, right? Because in New Orleans, there are a lot of people who are very gifted when it comes to reading palms, okay? I am completely against palm reads because your palm tells a lot about you, okay? So if you let somebody read your palm, be very careful with that, okay? Because your hands tell a lot about yourself. You said, why with the handprint? Because there's something called witch coat, right? So that's like, let's say if you have a witch who is trying to tap into your energy, right? And let's say you have a handprint on the window or a handprint on the glass, that person could tap into that energy. That's why it's called scrying mirrors. People tend to use scrying mirrors as a way to tap into your energy. They use TVs as shadow work as a way to tap into your energy. And if there's a handprint, your handprint tells everything about yourself. That's why, like when police go and they do fingerprints, and you look people's fingerprints and handprints and footprints, because your handprint and your footprint tells everything about you. Okay, so if you're really dealing, if you ever dealt, because I have a few friends who are like really, really spiritually gifted into the witch cult, but they in a good way. You know what I mean? They're not doing nothing crazy to harm others. They actually teach you a lot. So I have a few good witch friends, very healthy, very positive, and I've learned a lot. You know what I'm saying? So knock on wood about that. I've learned a lot. So I know what to look for and what not to look for, because people are good at reading lines. If a person is really gifted at reading hands and they can read your hands. I used to wear gloves when I did tarot readings in the past. I would put gloves on my hands because people can read the lines in your hands. They can read the lines. You know what I'm saying? But it's inside, outside. I'm like, oh my God, So yeah, it's something to kind of be aware of. Well, let's jump back into your reading, you guys. Downcast Pride was another card that came. Downcast Pride. Okay. So when that card comes out, Virgos, you're dealing with somebody with a lot of ego. You know what I'm saying? Hiding behind their pride. Letting the ego get in the way. That's just like, let's say somebody really wants to talk to you and they really want to have a conversation with you and they really want to come to you and confess and say they was wrong and apologize and say they sorry, but they're embarrassed, right? This person has a lot of guilt because they know they did you wrong, and this person can hang within the same clique of circle of friends who you know, or you know both of y'all know a group of people who you used to socialize with, right? And so what happens is sometimes when somebody doesn't like you, what they will do is they will form a group of peers who also don't like you, and they will try to get together and talk and plot and scheme and turn everybody against you, right? And so this is somebody who you dealt with in the past, who because of pride and ego, and they will let other people get into y'all's business and intervene and tell them what to do and what not to do when it come to you. Like if they want to apologize to you, they can have somebody in their ear telling, "Oh no, leave Virgo alone. Virgo ain't this and Virgo ain't that. You don't need Virgo." You know that person. Then you got the envious glutton, somebody who hates for no reason, somebody who views you as competition, envious of you, envious of everything you do that shows love and light. Okay. So what happens is when you got this person shows up envious, this is the person who's going to do things to try to destroy you. And we'll bring that card up in a minute. But you have to beware. That's why I talk about witches, right? Some of you can have somebody who could be a powerful witch, and you can have somebody who is going, and this person is going getting readings on you. They're going getting readings, and this person is reaching out to this person to go have this reading. They go to this person, and this person calls themselves having a gift to destroy you. Or let's say you have, and we'll get to that card, okay, because it hasn't popped up, but it will. Um, some of you need to be careful when it comes to fake friends pretending, smiling in your face, but they really don't like you. A wolf in sheep's clothing. Whatever you do not accept somebody who's going to come to you and offer you a plate of food, a plate of food, something to drink, or a gift. Do not take it. Okay, do not take it. Okay, because Virgo, I feel like for some of you, somebody's going to try to offer you a gift, but it's going to be hexed. Okay, it's going to be a spell on it. So I feel like somebody who you shut the door to, you're not letting them in. So in order for them to get in, they're going to try to offer or give you a gift, and it's going to be hexed. And if you take it into your home, things are going to start breaking and falling. Okay, so be aware of that. So if you already accepted a gift from somebody and for some reason you don't know why things are starting to break apart in your house, like let's say somebody comes and they give you a blouse, a shirt, you know what I'm saying? Be like, "Oh girl, I thought about you. So I just thought this was cute. So I'm coming here giving you this, this top, this blouse, you know what I'm saying, or these shoes or whatever." Be careful what you take into your home. Okay, if little shit starts falling off the wall, whatever, that's why. Because somebody is trying to put a hex on you. Okay? Now, moving along. Virgo, many of you could be dealing with a past lover. And you could have put this person behind you. Some of you could be dealing with Gemini energy. Don't have to be a Gemini. A past lover. And this person is already in a relationship with somebody else, but they still got their eye on you. Okay? This is somebody where even some of you could have dealt with a Scorpio, where there could have been a painful ending. Somebody could have said some shit, to hurt you. Like I said, hurt people tend to hurt people. Pisces. Some of you could have been dealing with a Pisces where there was a lot of deception. Somebody was wearing a false mask, hiding behind their ego and their emotions, not telling the truth, feeling embarrassed because some of you could have called this person shit out to them. You could have told this person about themselves, Virgo, because like I said, when we tend to have build up emotions that build up, once everything builds up, sooner or later it's bound to come out. And once it comes out of you, you're just going to get on and say exactly what's on your mind. And it's going to feel like somebody else's energy is speaking through you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you may end up checking somebody and putting them in their place because this person has got on your nerves long enough. And so you could be dealing with somebody who's hiding behind their emotions, feeling guilty with remorse because of how they mistreated you. And they're being very deceptive. Or somebody could be being sneaky and malicious, pretending to be your friend, right? Wearing a false mask to get in. So I feel like for some of you, Virgo, somebody's rolling the dice. They're playing mind games. They're rolling the dice. They're willing to take a risk at all odds, no matter what, because see, the moon card came out on you twice. And then here go the devil card. So some of you could be dealing with a Capricorn. Some of you could be dealing with a Scorpio. What was the other one? Gemini. What came out? Gemini, Pisces, Scorpio. Others of you had a Cancer that showed up in your reading. But now let's get to the next deck. Okay, the next pile. Let's get to the second pile. So in this situation here, Virgo, and this could be your energy for some of you, okay? Feeling stuck and defeated with the Two of Swords energy. As if something is trying to keep you stuck, holding on real tight to you. Okay, but you said, yep, I'm a Pisces and he's a Capricorn. Okay. See, I'm a Pisces moon. Me, I'm a Pisces moon, Pisces North Node. So I got Pisces twice in my chart. I don't have no Capricorn though. But my daughter's a Capricorn and I was married to a Capricorn and my grandmother was a Capricorn. May they both rest in peace. So Virgo, it's like this person could have had you feeling like this. And you're sitting here saying, I'm not going to cry no more. So like I said, the first card that came out, the Two of Swords. I'm not going to cry no more. Or I won't cry for you no more. Is what it says. I won't cry for you. So you're done crying. You're tired of feeling stuck. You're tired of feeling challenged. You say, yeah, you're a Virgo moon rising. Okay, okay. And so when it comes to this situation here, Virgo, again, so like I said, I just spoke about this here card, right? I told you it was going to pop up. I wasn't sure which deck it was going, which pile was going to show up. But like I said, when I told you to be careful when it comes to people giving you things, fated to suffer. See this? This witch is coming here and she's offering you the fruit, the rotten fruit, like Adam and Eve. Remember when they said Eve bit off the forgotten fruit, right? And when she bit off that fruit, you know what I'm saying? Her and Adam, right? And so it's like somebody coming in to trick you. Oh, Virgo, honey, just take a bite of this apple, baby, and you'll feel all better. I promise. Here, take this medicine. Let me help you. And in reality, they're trying to hurt you. And so for some of you, Virgo, you got the revenge card. And when the revenge card shows up again, this could be you or them. Revenge, when you're hurt. Like I said, hurt people tend to want to hurt other people. So let's say you get into this mood. This person has done all this crazy shit to you, and you're like, you know what? I'm going to make them suffer. Or you can have somebody who's in this devil mood and they could be feeling like they want to take revenge out on you. And they tell themselves they want you to suffer because you have cut them loose. You shut the door. So somebody's feeling in fragments, feeling torn, whether it comes to dealing with a certain individual, feeling fragmentations because you're feeling torn into pieces because so many people have done so much shit to you that now you just don't know what to do because you're feeling broken, damaged, abandoned, verbally, emotionally, mentally. And like Kelly said, you said in your case, you said, I know how he is. He's in jail though, and everyone else has turned their back on him. Yeah. And you gotta be careful when it comes to stuff like that, right? Because you got anger in chains. So it's weird how you just said he's locked up. Anger in chains, almost like the five of wands, right? Conflict, competition, turmoil. Quiet before the storm, but when the storm comes, all hell breaks loose. So there's a lot of anger, animosity. Somebody's feeling torn to pieces, like they don't have shit. And see, when a person feels like they don't have shit to lose, or they don't have shit to live for, cause they ain't got shit, so they ain't got shit to show for. So they feel like, well, shit, I'm out in the street. I'm homeless. I'm cold. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. So I'm gonna do whatever the hell it takes, even if I have to get myself locked up just so I can go to jail and receive a roof over my head with a cot and a free meal and soap and water wash my ass, right? So it's like when you're dealing with somebody like that, or even if you've been brokenhearted, somebody cheated on you, they lied to you, they slept with your best friend, sister, cousin, aunt, whatever the case may be, and you feel atonement like stabbed in your back, but you're still standing with these swords, and people are looking at you like, how the hell is Virgo still standing? After I put all these knives in Virgo's back and chest, and I knew I killed Virgo, I destroyed Virgo. Where did Virgo come from? You're still standing. And so that's why I say, as a Virgo, we tend to, even though we're going through this right here, this tower showed up. It's hell. All hell is breaking loose now because you're speaking up for yourself. You're defending yourself. Enough is enough. A lot of shit has built up, a lot of anger and resentment and remorse. So now you're letting it out. You're releasing your anger. And for some of us, Virgo, we can either learn to handle our anger and our hurt in a spiritually productive, positive manner, where we do the step work and we get a journal and we write some things down, right? Or we do the Reiki and the spiritual practices that we're needed, that's needed for us to heal. Or we could allow for that hurt and pain to build up. And then once it builds up, we release it. And what happens is with Virgo is when somebody picks and poke and you done been through so much shit, sooner or later you're bound to explode. Right? It's like if somebody's been putting their hands on you and bullying you, sooner or later you're gonna flip that and you're gonna fight back. And when you do fight back, Virgo, when we fight back, it's to the death of us. We don't even care. So that means somebody pisses us up to the point that it makes us feel like we want to take their life and we don't give a damn about snapping their neck back. When we get to that point, it's like everybody get out the way and just duck. Because when Virgo gets to that damn point and you push Virgo's button, we will burn some shit down. We'll burn the whole fucking building down. Don't give a shit who's in that bitch. You know what I'm saying? Strike a match and keep it moving. You understand? So that's why Virgo, we know our anger level. We know our anger level. And so because we know the level of anger that we have inside us, this is why we practice spiritual health rituals every day. We practice it. It has to become a part of our life. We have to grow spiritually and positive and healthy so that we can be productive. We have to learn how to create a proper routine where we wake up in the morning and we have something to follow. Because if we don't have nothing positive to follow, we will become triggered. So we have to be careful what we watch, We have to be careful what we listen to. You know what I'm saying? This is why I don't really watch TV. I'm careful when it comes to music. You understand what I'm saying? And we have to protect our aura, even when it comes to people, places, and things, because energy is energy, right? And when you step into a room, and it could be 12 people in the room, and 11 of them are negative as hell, or 10 of them is negative hell. If the negative outweighs the positive, then immediately, Virgo, you need to turn around and remove yourself from the situation. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you walk in a room with family members and you know everybody in your damn family could be half-ass crazy and you know they on some bullshit. It's like you love them, that's your blood, but sometimes you just gotta turn around and be like, you know what? I'm good. I ain't even trying to hang around y'all because y'all off the chain. And I just don't need that energy right now for the night. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna stay home because y'all bound to do some stupid ass shit, right? So Virgo, sometimes we have to remove ourselves from the situation, you know? And so Kelly said, absolutely for me. Says he's a Pisces Sun, Venus, Lilith, Scorpio, Mars, Saturn, Pluto, Virgo, Moon, Rising, Aries, Mercury in your eighth house. Well, I am see, I don't want to tell what I have in my chart, but let's just say I can relate. You know what I'm saying? I can relate to a lot of that. I can relate to a lot of that. Okay. I don't like to tell what I have in my chart because so many people be trying to figure out my chart. People be trying to get readings on me and all that, and I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to tell but so much what's in my chart. You know what I mean? I'll let people think, well, yeah, I know Tracy's birthday, so I'm gonna go get a reading. Okay, well, go ahead, I'm gonna power to you. You know, but yeah, kind of be careful when it comes to releasing information about what's in your birth chart, because people will sometimes try to take your birth chart and use it against you. You know what I'm saying? So be careful with that information. Okay, you know, it's okay. Little things, bits and pieces, not everything. Okay. Unless you book a private reading, that's something different. Okay, but be careful who you book a private reading with. Everybody know your business. Okay, so yeah, so 7 of Wands, Virgo. You can find yourself going through some sort of financial difficulties because somebody was spiritually attacking your finances, your stability, your income, hitting you below the belt. What can they do to destroy Virgo? Virgo's not opening the door. So, Virgo, if you're not opening the door and you're not allowing others to come in and you have stopped entertaining the devil, right? And you don't call them, you don't visit them, you don't write them, you don't, you don't allow text messages to come through or whatever, you don't respond to DMs, right? You get all that shit blocked, right? So when people know you got them blocked, removed, and deleted, and they can't get in, then what's going to happen is they're going to turn the spell work and they're going to try to use that shit against you, okay? Which means they will try to spiritually attack your finances because they can't get in your home. So, what's the best way to do it? Destroy your home. That's what people do. They cause towers, right? 10 of Swords, stabbing you in your back. People who you took to be family or friends, co workers, all plotted against you. Even when it comes to the King of Wands in the reverse. So, when you're dealing with a King of Wands in reverse, this is somebody who's known to be a leader, who's prone to be a leader, who could be strong, dominant, masculine energy, who's supposed to be good at all their gifts, right? Hardworking, creative, all that. But then the reverse flip side of a King of Wands is that they tend to judge people harshly, critical thinking. They tend to hold a false judgment against you. You're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not bright enough. You're not pretty enough. So they look at all the downfalls and they look at the negative, right? And so for some of you, you can find yourself grieving in silence with the Four Swords energy, needing to take time to go away and rest and heal. Some of you could have actually lost a loved one who's on the other side, who you think about. And this could be somebody who's having a hard time because they haven't really crossed over, which we're going to speak about. And we're going to get into that too because I feel like let me put this over here because we're going to talk about that in a minute too. We're going to talk about that energy, all right? Because I definitely feel like for some of you, you had somebody where they was trying to leave you out in the cold, but now you shut the door on them, and now you got them out in the cold, and this person is pissed off because you shut them out. For many of you, you was forced to leave a toxic situation behind when it comes to the Six of Swords. So now, going through this situation, when it comes to your next pile, right? And for those of you who want to know the deck of this card, these cards, I love these cards. The name of them is called Dark Mirror. This is an oracle deck. This is about shadow work, right? It's called Dark Mirror by Laura Sava. Oracle cards. This is a shadow deck, okay? So this is for shadow work, right, Virgos? For those of you who want to know the name of the deck, it kind of really helps you go within. I've had that deck for a few years, but I like it. In the beginning, I felt like it was too dark for me to touch. I wasn't ready. So I feel like when you grow through tarot, certain oracle cards, tarot decks, oracle decks, you'll know what level you're on. You said I have looked at that deck several times to purchase it. It's a good deck to purchase. It's a good deck to purchase. It really does help with shadow work. When it comes to going within and stepping within. So Virgo, when it comes to your shadow work, you going within. Now let's talk about you. When it comes to these cards, let's talk about you. Okay, let's talk about your shadow work. Let's talk about your step work. Okay. So it's like the Is This Me card. When the Is This Me card is number 4. Number 4 is this me, meaning you are trying to go within, taking a moment to do some self reflection. Virgo, you're a hermit, right? And you did show up in this reading. And so when it comes to Is This Me? Am I feeling dark and gloomy? Am I depressed about a situation? Am I in denial about a situation? When you look in the mirror to do some self reflection, do you see yourself? Who do you see when you stand in the mirror? So if you're hurting and you're in pain, but you don't have nobody to talk to about it, how do you go about handling it? Do you just lock it in, right? Is this you? Do you just take your scars and you shake it off and you say, okay, I've been wounded, I've been talked about, I've been judged, I've been criticized, called names, put down, stepped on, everything, right? In the sun. You've been called everything except the daughter of Jesus. And you've had to take that. You've had to take that pain and you had to hold on to that throughout the years of your life. And you had to practice different ways to heal and, save yourself. And so it's like you become a new creature and you wear your thorns and you wear them well. You know what I'm saying? Because for some of you, I know when I first learned how to apply makeup, right? And I used to be a bridal consultant and I used to be a makeup artist and I used to sell Mary Kay and I would often go to a lot of Mary Kay makeup classes, right? Or as a bridal consultant, I used to work for David's Bride on a bridal wall. So have a number of years of being a wedding planner, a bridal consultant, a makeup artist, right? And so a lot of times, once upon a time, when I was in my 20s and 30s, I started attracting uh, a lot of DV situations. You know what I'm saying? And so at the end of the day, I'm a survivor of DV. You feel me? For those of you who know, you know. And so it's like now that I'm a lot older, a lot wiser, a lot stronger, a lot smarter, we can wear the crown. It's like when they say Jesus had a lot of nails or thorns stuck to his head when he was put on the cross, right? He shed his blood for our sins, right? So it's like we can take that same thorn crown with a million nails on it and stick it on our head and wear it and wear it well and knock on wood and say, thank you, Jesus, because I done been through hell and back, right? Some of us have suffered through all kinds of illnesses and diseases, right? I'm a cancer survivor 3 times. And so I had to undergo 3 different types of leukemia, radiation, right? I've had 9 organs removed out of my body. So I've been through hell and back. I've slipped in comas. I've woke up on the anesthesia table. I woke up while I was being cut on. You understand what I'm saying? I almost died when I saw the machine and all that. So, been there, done that, and did that. Today, healthy and well. You understand what I'm saying? I've been through a lot of things where I can write a book. You understand? I got a website, by the way. You guys go over to my website. If y'all haven't been over to my website and you're on my Facebook page, right? You can follow me on Facebook. My website is up there. I have a website on Facebook that I posted up there. Let me see. Let me see. It's an amazing website. I share a little bit about me on my website. It's called simplydifferent.com on my website. And uh, it's some good things that you can learn about me if you're on my Facebook and you follow me here at Tracy YM. That's my Facebook. I have what is it? I have over 7,000 followers. I have what eight? It's about 9,000 people following me. This is my Facebook fan page, by the way. Right? This is my Facebook fan page. It's about 9,000 people on my page. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all my followers on my Facebook fan page, yo. Shout out to everybody. Love and blessings to everybody who follows me on my Facebook. Like real talk, I really do appreciate the follows on my Facebook. I really do. I was trying to pull up my my website real quick so that you can guys go to my website. But if it's on the group, it's probably in some of the groups. I've shared it with certain people in my groups. I know this is one that I put up there. Yeah, matter of fact, let's see, can we pick it up? And I'm just going to show you uh, the group up here. Let's see. If you go to my Facebook, it'll pop up a lot easier on the Facebook page. If you go to my Facebook, it's not even letting me get in. But yeah, if you go to my Facebook and you can actually open it up and get an idea for it, it's real good. TracyYM.simplydifferent.com. It's a beautiful website for those of you who want to go and check it out. So if you all follow me on Facebook, then by all means do check out that website. I think I shared the link in quite a few of my groups. What's up, Lauren? Shout out to my mods coming in. But anyway, moving on. As we were saying, let's get back into your card so that we don't lose sight. I was just saying, feel free to check out my website at tracym.simplydifferent.com. Okay, a lot of interesting information if you really want to get to know me. So like I said, the card came out. Is this you, right? Are you the person who's been through a lot of hell and back, where you was really, really depressed, in a different place, in a dark place, but now you have overcome this with bravery, and you wear your scars well. You got hidden scars that nobody knows about, and you healed, but they can't see it, right? Sometimes when underneath the makeup, when we wake up and we're feeling hurt and destroyed about a situation, sometimes the best cover up is knowing how to apply makeup, right? If you ever suffered a black eye, whatever the case may be, and you know how to wear makeup, people would never know, right? We could slap on a hair weave, a wig, right? Put some makeup on, nails on, lashes on, and go out the door. And nobody would never know how fucked up you are underneath all that. You could be feeling real bad, but it's not going to show. It's not going to show. But many of you have been feeling like you're alone in the world, all by yourself. And so you feeling alone in the world has caused you to feel naked before spirit. This is you graduating. You don't have nothing to hide. You're free. You're free to be yourself. Even for some of you, you have been through situations where you have been so mistreated by the opposite sex that sometimes you start questioning yourself, saying, well, damn, you know, maybe if I were dating somebody in the same sex, I wouldn't have these problems, right? Sometimes people tend to think, okay, we go looking for love. Well, there's looking for love in the wrong places, but then you learn when you see people, there's so many couples, same sex couples, and they happily married, right? Whether, gay, lesbian, bisexual, whatever the case may be, transgender, whatever the case may be, pansexual, whatever the case may be. But people are free to be themselves. They are free to be who they are, and they are free to love themselves. I have a daughter who's been happily gay, happily married, came on the closet when she was like 18. My daughter's like 30 years old. She turned 30 this year. Matter of fact, she had a birthday August 9th, a few days ago. Matter of fact, she turned 30. So happy birthday to my daughter. She's a Leo. But yeah, Virgo, so going through this here, this spiritual growth, this spiritual change, you start when it comes to the temple of your body. When it comes to you protecting the temple of your body, spiritual growth and development. When it comes to that temple of your body, and notice she's holding this red, this red jewelry. When it comes to you protecting the temple of your body, I've been hurt, I've been wounded, I've been used and abused and manipulated. I have allowed men to sleep with me and use me for my body. I need to be baptized, or I need to take a cleansing spiritual bath. I need to practice Reiki healing. I need to learn how to become spiritually cleansed all over again. What are some of the steps that you can do? Well, for myself, I had to give up alcohol. There was a time when I used to go to the club, I used to party, I used to smoke weed, drink liquor, all that. All that came to a halt. You understand what I'm saying? So, knock on wood. I took 7 years to be spiritually celibate. No sexual intercourse whatsoever, no relationships, none of that. No oral, none of that. I had to stop smoking weed, stop hanging out, stop drinking liquor, Just I had to cut all that shit out, period. And I had to go cold turkey. You understand? So it was a time in my life where, no sexual energy whatsoever, which means that I had to stop listening to love songs, right? Because those love songs was a trigger. And I used to listen to Motown, all types of R&B, but I had to cut that out. You know what I'm saying? I had to stop listening to love songs because those love songs was a trigger for me. Especially if you ever been in a relationship with somebody where you two were intimate and you made love and you would listen to certain music, you know what I'm saying, during your intimacy. And so you and your person develop this bond because you share music, right? So every time you hear a certain song, it immediately reminds you of that person. So therefore, I had to stop listening to love songs because every time I heard a damn song, it would remind me of that person, right? I couldn't look at romantic movies on TV, anything, because it would remind me of that person. So anything that triggered me that would cause me to start thinking about my ex, I had to block it. right? I had to stop drinking because every time I took a mixed drink, I started drinking about my ex. You understand what I'm saying? I had to start smoking weed because I started thinking about my ex. So I had to cut all that shit off. You know what I mean? And I had to learn how to do a chord spell. I had to learn how to do I had to learn how to create a cut chord spell so that I can separate myself from him, because the two of us were so close that we could be both telepathic. I knew he had the gift when I started feeling his energy, and I knew when he was thinking about me, and he knew when I was thinking about him, right? So I had to do a cut cord, energy cord cut, because we were both telepathic, and I can tell when he was trying to communicate to me telepathic. And I can even not go to sleep. I would have dreams about him, right? And so I had to cleanse myself and I had to do a cord cut. Sacrifice. Sometimes we have a hard time letting go of shit. And it feels as though the only way to get you back to you is you have to sacrifice some shit. Even if it means you have to lose every damn thing you got and hit rock bottom and get back up. You understand what I'm saying? And so for many of you, I'm sure some of you can relate to ever being in a fucked up situation where you was living together with somebody or married to somebody and that person refused to leave. And it was like, well, damn, you not gonna leave, you not gonna go nowhere. Both of y'all names on the lease, right? You understand what I'm saying? It's like, well, shit. And this person knows how to get underneath your skin. They will stay put. And sometimes I don't know. I know for me, when I went through a failed marriage, I was in the bedroom, my husband slept in the living room on the sofa, right? So it's like you live together under the same roof, but you sleep in different rooms. You understand? And it get to the point where if this person's not going to move out and they not going to leave, and if you try to call the police or get a restraining order, and the first thing the police and them tell you, the judge will tell you when you go to court, if this person's been living in your house 90 days or they get mail in your house, you know, a person moved in with you 6 weeks or more, 2 3 months, 90 days, and they get mail, they clothes in your house, you can't put them out, right? Because your house is their house, even if they name down on your lease, right? And you're like, well, goddamn, you know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me I gotta pack up all my shit and I gotta move and I gotta find someplace to go, and he can't follow me, he don't even know in order for me to get a peace of mind. So sometimes you gotta pick up and uproot yourself, you know, and you gotta go back to being this person, the spiritual child within. And you have to take today and do what you have to do for tomorrow. You have to heal. And some of you have to learn how to be peaceful among the thorns. Yeah, you got a lot of swords and you got a lot of knives behind you, but sometimes you just got to sit still. You just got to be still. And you got to let the Lord handle your battles. And you got to learn how to take back your power. Learn how to love yourself. Going within. Taking on that Queen of Wands. And so it's like when the Lauren story done and said, the Eight of Pentacles, focusing on your stability and your security blanket. Yeah, it's cold outside, and yeah, you by yourself, and you're single, and you're celibate, but you're having to learn how to heal. You have to go within. Some of you can have Native Indian in your family too, okay? Because I'm also picking up on that. Some of you could be Native, or you could have some sort of mix. Uh, it could be British. Uh, because I'm getting Ireland, Scottish, British. I don't know for myself, I got a lot of that in my family. But you're going within, and you have spiritual ancestors on the other side that's helping you. So with the Eight of Cups, walking away from your past, moving forward toward your spiritual, your spiritual growth. This spiritual journey, learning how to stand up and defend yourself. Because with the Seven of Wands, when the Seven of Wands shows up, This is about you having to speak up for yourself because you're being surrounded by a group of people who is not just gossiping about you, but you got a group of people who's using false judgment against you and they're plotting and scheming and you know they're lying. And so some of you could be going before it can even be some legal issues where you have to go before a judge. And so many of you are taking this time to tap into your spiritual realm, right? With that page of Pentacles, taking on the Queen of Cups, listening to your intuition because you are the Empress. You know, it's like the Queen, like I said, the Queen of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. You're taking back, you're taking back your power. This is you, Virgo, Hermit. So you're going within and you're taking some time to seriously reflect. You had a hard time letting go of some shit, but you was willing to sacrifice and do whatever it took for you to get back you. And so now you're closing out the cycle with the World card. You're removing clutter out your life. You're getting rid of the bullshit and you're making room for new beginnings. The universe is on your side with the Wheel of Fortune. So it's like, Virgo, you guys have been through a lot, right? And where was that card that I wanted to show you guys? Because I said I was going to bring it back up because this is going to be the ending of your reading. I'm going to have it release this, okay? So we said, you being naked, you freeing yourself, right? Closing out a cycle with the World card. You, yes, grieving in silence with the Four of Swords, but taking time to go within and heal. Yes, you was left out in the cold, right? And see, some of you, when you were left out in the cold, it caused you to feel colorless. And when the colorless angel shows up, that means there's an empty void of unfulfillment. There's a blockage somewhere where some of you could be feeling empty, where there could be an empty void. Um, there's something that you want to do where you don't feel fulfilled. And you could be in this dark period where you feel as though you're all alone and you don't have a comfort, nobody who you can speak to. Which is why I love this here Tarot channel at Tracy Loving My Life Tarot. Because for me, this channel right here is all about coming together and fellowshipping and networking, and us coming together and joining in together and being able to relate, right? We can relate and we can also learn from each other and learn how to heal one another, and we can all share and show and teach each other love and how to grow one day at a time, one step at a time, right? So it's all about figuring out ways to love yourself and letting you know that you don't have to feel empty. You don't have to feel unfulfilled. You don't have to feel unhappy, bitter, or sad because you're not alone. Spirit is with you. Because some of you can be feeling like a bride in a cage. And so, what does the bride in the cage stand for? The bride in the cage stands for Virgo saying, well, someday I'm going to get married. I never been married. Well, for myself, I've been married twice, y'all. I spent 31 years being married. Okay, I was a damn wife my whole damn life. Okay, a wife, mother, all that shit. Okay, but I'm just saying, for some people, I spent too damn many years being married. But anyway, I'm just saying, it ain't meant for everybody. Okay, shit, telling me marriage is hard, ain't no joke. But anyway, I'm just using this for example, right? When the bride in the cage shows up, you know how every little girl grows up and becomes a woman and say, well, damn. I'm 21, never been married. I'm 25, I never been married. I'm 30, I never been married. I'm 35, I'm 40, I never been married. Or I'm 30, 35, 40, never had any kids, never been married, right? Well, one day it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. And you go to the bridal shop and you pay for a wedding gown and you put it in the closet, hoping that one day you're going to get swept off your feet and get married, but it never happens. And guess what? That wedding gown is hanging up in the closet collecting dust. And you're growing old because you're waiting for somebody to come in and sweep you off your feet. But because you have dealt with so many lemons in your life that you didn't know how to take those lemons and create and make lemonade. So it's like Instead of taking a zero and turning it into a hero, because you kept attracting zeros, you lock yourself in, right? I'm just going to stay inside and become a complete hermit. I'm an introvert. I don't feel like I want to leave the house because I don't want to be around a crowd of people because we live in a corrupted world. And every time people go out in public and they get within large groups and gather, there's always some crazy shit that's going to happen. I don't want to get in a plane because, all this bullshit that goes on airlines now. So if I get in a plane, there might be an argument or a fight in the sky. The plane might fall in the ocean. I don't want to cross the bridge because the bridge might break and I might go in the ocean. All kind of shit like that, right? I have a fear of heights. I have a fear of bridges. I have a fear of relationships. So we isolate ourselves and we isolate, and we're good at isolating, Virgo. Sometimes I like loneliness now. I used to feel like, I'm all alone and all that. But you know what? Sometimes you could be your own best company. Sometimes you can also be your worst enemy, right? But the bride in the cage is all about being your own worst enemy in this case. Isolating yourself and walk in four walls of darkness and shutting everything off and not creating some sort of light for yourself. It's okay to be alone, but you have to create some sort of love and light around you. That's why I feel so blessed because I know about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, people say, well, why does she have so many altars in her house? Oh, she's a witch, she's doing demonic shit, all that. No, my altars is for me. It's a healing place. You understand what I'm saying? So this is where I need to be. This is my comfort zone. I have to surround myself in love and light and wisdom and spiritual gifts and tools for me to apply to my daily life habit. And so I apply it into my life every day, 24/7, 7/24. So I share that to say you don't have to be the bride in the cage waiting to get married. You know, Sometimes you can marry yourself. You don't always have to wait for somebody to come into your life and sweep you off your feet. Learn how to be your best lover. Love yourself. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you have to take yourself out for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Don't be afraid to go to the mall and do some window shopping and go into the department store. Smell some perfume. Go out and smell the garden, smell the flowers. Sometimes you gotta create your own plant. You understand what I'm saying? Dig your own garden. I didn't mean to be long winded, Virgo, but I hope you guys was able to get something from this reading, and I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you was able to learn from it. Just continue to grow, love yourself, know that you're gonna be okay. Like I said, follow me on Facebook at Tracy YM. Join my Virgo Facebook group for Virgos only. Join my spiritual Facebook group. It's very positive. Hopefully, you will find my website where you can link onto my website at tracym.simply dot different with a simple different.com something like that. But anyway, go log on to my Facebook and you can pull up my website, and it's a lot of deep stuff on my website. I think I got like 6 pages on my website with it's some information about myself for those of you that would love to learn a little more about myself. Like I said, feel free to log onto my website and get to kind of know a little more about me. Okay. So with that being said, as always, you guys, love and God bless. It's 6:40 p.m. I don't even know what time we started this reading, but we've been here for a while. So anyway, love and God bless. I am out. Mwah. To all of you guys, love and light. Thank you for supporting the channel. Share the channel with other Virgos. Invite other Virgos to the channel. All right. God bless. Let me see. Let me go. There we go.